So if anybody does have to hop off early, or if you have people you want to make sure see this, you will get access to this recording in a couple hours. I'll send that over. I just want to confirm everybody can hear me okay. I would love if everybody who's on right now could just say a quick hello so I can also confirm I can hear you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, who was that?
Shoshana Klein, Metropolitan Development Center.
Welcome, Shoshana.
Thank you.
Who else do we have?
I introduced myself before. Do you want me to do it again?
Sure.
Hi, I'm Yael. I'm with Shma Kolenu Hear Our Voices. We're a school and center for children with autism located in Brooklyn. Also part of I Care for Autism. That's our sister organization.
Welcome. Who else do we have there with us today? Please go ahead and share. Don't be shy. I see there's a Menachem on the line.
I think they're...
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Tzvi Mills, Camp Migdal, Mizmah, Menucha.
Welcome. All right. Well, we will go ahead and start then. I am going to ask now that if you guys don't mind to please put yourself on mute. Otherwise, we will get a lot of feedback, or if you guys are doing anything, we're going to pick up those noises, and I want to make sure everyone can hear us. So at the bottom of your screen on the left, there is a little microphone icon. If you go ahead and click that. And then, of course, at any point in time, if I'm going too fast, or if you have any questions, please, I want this to be interactive. Feel free to jump in. Just make sure you unmute yourself, and we can address any concerns you have. I'm very excited to welcome everybody to our very first Giving Day. This is such an amazing cause. It's very near and dear to my heart, and I know to Charities, and we're really excited to have so many of you joining for this Giving Day, for our first Giving Day. So what I want to actually do on this call are a couple of things. First and foremost, I want to review what kind of a Giving Day is, how it operates. I'm going to show you an example of a Giving Day we actually have running right now to get you guys excited. And then I'm going to talk about the marketing theme, what we're doing for that, and then I'll turn it over for some Q&A. So just one second. There we go. I just went ahead and made sure everybody's muted because I was getting some feedback. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and actually share my screen with you. For those of you on the phone who maybe aren't able to see the screen, I will make sure that you guys get this recording so you can check it out a little bit later. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So hopefully most of you have actually gone ahead and received this document. This basically just walks you through what the CME Giving Day is about, what we're trying to accomplish. It goes into some of the, at a high level, some of the details of what a Giving Day is going to do. So I want to sort of go into that a little bit more and make sure that everybody's on the same page. So first and foremost, a Giving Day, so important for a cause, because as I'm sure you guys have seen, like with Giving Tuesday and some of these other Giving Days that are popping up, with universities and so on. The power of a Giving Day is that it brings an entire community together around a cause, around your organization, and inspires them to be a part of it. People feel it's very much a grassroots effort to inspire people. And also there's the added benefit of all the additional traffic that's coming to this page because they care about this cause. So we do see a nice crossover where people who are very passionate, they go to the page, they find your organization who maybe they had never interacted with before, but they find it because you're part of this Giving Day. So it does give you some additional exposure. And then there's also the added benefit of this uniform marketing theme where we can all embrace a message that really embraces us and what this cause is about. So I'm excited that we're all going to be doing that. Now, the basics of a charity campaign, what all of you will be working towards is the matching component. This will be a 24-hour campaign. For those of you who may have questions about that, it's really pretty straightforward. We have found through our thousands of campaigns that we have run that when you put something within the 24-hour window, it drives people to make their gift that day, as opposed to the typical excuse of I'll get to it later or call me next week. People don't have that ability, so they have to give now. And then the all or nothing component, that also is one of the most powerful parts that we see in these campaigns, is because people realize that they have to step up and be there for you. So it's actually a really beautiful experience. You're going to find people really kind of coming out of the woodworks to support you. It's going to be amazing, and it's all going to be because people do not want to see you fail. They want to be there for you and support you. So that's our typical charity model. And then, of course, the charity giving day, we're building on that. We're magnifying the message. You're getting the benefit of all of that amplified promotion, which is the centralized marketing. Everybody's promoting this giving day, driving tons of people to the site, social media. And as we continue through this process, we're going to walk each of you through on an individual level what we can be doing to help you really market your message. Now, let me just sort of show you for just a moment. I think that this is going to be really nice to get everybody inspired. Right now, we have in Toronto a really amazing education giving day where we've brought together 12 different schools. And I'm not sure if you can see it here, but our goal, we started out with $2 million, and we are already far past that goal, raising over $3 million for this giving day and over 4,300 donors, with a $100,000 largest gift. So you can actually see, if you guys even want to check this out later on your own, charity.com/raise Toronto. That was their universal theme, raising up for education. You can get a feel for how your giving day is going to come together. Of course, it will incorporate your branding, but you can see here all of the organizations working together. Everybody has their own goal and all of that, but you can see how all of this came together. People sharing, putting their messages, really just driving people to their pages. And just about everybody, I think every single person actually, has gone into a bonus round. Another really great, exciting part of this is that all that added traffic and attention is hopefully going to, everybody here will be going above and beyond their own goals. So just want to kind of give you that as a sneak peek of what we're hoping to do for you as well. And then here, if you want, you can also go ahead and take a look at the Giving Day page that's been prepared for your organizations for your giving day, charity.com/see me, which is our theme. And you can check out, how we've already started to put the branding. And then as all of you begin to sign up with your campaign manager, your logos will appear and so on. So that's just a quick little preview. I want to now talk about kind of the logistics of the giving day, how this is all going to work. And then I'll turn it over to talk about the giving day actual theme. So it's pretty straightforward. Some of you may have already received the 7-step program that we implement with all of our clients. You're going to have this special just for you, and it's going to start with that goal setting analysis. If you haven't done this already, that'll be the first step in your process. What we do with each and every organization is we're going to go through and get to know what your strengths and weaknesses are and what your objectives are with this particular campaign. So not just, of course, raising money, which we want everybody to do, but are there additional things that we want to incorporate in your strategy, increasing social media presence or going after lapsed donors? And so we'll talk about that a little bit more with your representative. And from there, we will set your individual goal. So as you may have just seen on that page that I showed you for Toronto, every organization that joined had their own particular goal that they were striving towards. And then the culmination of that goal got us to that overall 2 million, which we've surpassed. So we'll set that goal with you. As you know, with charity, if you're familiar with us, we do try to be a little aggressive with our goals, push us out of our comfort zone a little bit, but that's so that we can help take you guys to that next level. Once you have that goal set in place and you have your campaign manager assigned to you, and this is the person who's going to be working with you every step of the way, helping you to create a custom calendar for how we're going to get everything done between now and May 15th, the day of the giving day. Your campaign manager will also help design a special toolkit for you, which is going to include all of the supplemental information and documents that you're going to need for this campaign. So for example, when we look at the marketing here in just a moment, you'll have all of your emails, your social media posts, your campaign page, all of that's already going to be customized and created for you, and your campaign manager will work with you to help put the finishing touches on that so you can get your page up. In addition, like other things that you might need, such as sample letters. So if you're going to be sending out any letters to potential matchers or donors, any kind of communications, we're going to have that. And I always like to remind people that if you don't see it in your toolkit folder, check with us first before you create anything, because there's a very good chance that we have it. For years, we've been building stuff, so we have a lot in our arsenal to help you. Additionally, we will also be providing you with some specified timelines for social media, for example. And this is to kind of help you have a very firm understanding of when should you be posting, when should I be sending that email out, what kind of content should I be putting up. Your campaign manager is going to help customize that for you. But I will let you know that while we provide you, with those basics, we do want everybody to try and go a little above and beyond. So start thinking right now about collecting some of those really lovely testimonial videos, quotes, pictures, things that we can really use to share on your social media sites that are going to help boost the amount of attention that we're going to get. And then finally, I'll add that we will have a series of webinars that we'll be scheduling. So you will get a webinar schedule shortly. Now this is going to include a webinar on matchers. And not just matchers, so it's going to be kind of matchers, mid-tier donors. It's really advice that is applicable to any kind of outreach to donors. And this is going to be a training session where we'll go through some videos. It'll be very interactive. We can troubleshoot some of your challenges that you may be experiencing with any of your outreach, and go through some very common scenarios that we see when reaching out to different donors, and kind of help give you some best practices there. Lastly, a part of that matcher training is all of you will get access to a matcher presentation. This is very much kind of like a business proposal, which we have found with especially larger donors, people giving much bigger gifts, that coming at them with more of like a professional, put together presentation that really lays out what that return on investment is going to be for them, how their gift is being leveraged into more money, like what that looks like. All of you will get access to that, and it'll be customized for you so that you can plug in your information and use that when you're going to these meetings. So we'll talk about that a lot more in that matcher webinar. Additional webinar we'll have will be a marketing webinar where we'll talk about some of the tricks and practices that we can be implementing to help get that message out. So we'll go into a lot more detail about the different things we can be doing. And we'll also combine that webinar with another one, which is operations and volunteer training. So that'll be kind of a two-part webinar. Now, operations, volunteer training, obviously very important for those of you who have experienced a charity campaign or have witnessed one. All of it comes together on that big day, and every organization we encourage to have an operations room. Now, this is going to be a space where your volunteers can gather to help spread the word. So be it if they're making calls, if they're sitting there posting on social media, all kinds of things they can be doing in that room that's going to go a very long way in helping you. So we're going to provide you with a training on how to organize that, what should be in that room, and then when you get your volunteers, how do we prepare them? So really making sure they have everything they need, from a script to additional tips of what they can be doing when they show up, so that you can be as successful as possible. And then, so after you get all of that, your campaign manager, like I said, is going to walk you through this. You'll have weekly check-in calls to make sure that you're on track. Also, your campaign manager will help guide you through one of the very important and initial steps of this process, which is assembling your campaign team. So something to think about. Granted, we do campaigns where maybe it's just one person, and that is fine. We will build your schedule based on that so that you can make it work for you. But if you're able to have a few more people help you, we always recommend it. It's going to be a good team building exercise. So think about people who are going to be available on your team to help with like the fundraising, to help with the marketing, to help with the operations. So that is kind of a very high level. Now, like I said, your manager's got to walk you through all of this in more detail. You'll have that one-on-one time. But before we kind of turn it over now to chat about what that marketing message is, I want to pause. I know I've thrown a lot of information at everybody, and I'm sure some people might have questions or comments. So I'll give it a moment. People can chime in. Please remember that you're on mute, so you'll have to unmute yourself. So any questions? No? Okay. I will take that as a good sign that I'm hopefully being very thorough. Okay. After this webinar, you're going to get the recording, you're going to get introduced to your campaign manager, you're going to get your toolkit, you're going to be ready to go. Now let's talk about what the message of this campaign is. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again with you one more time to give you a quick look at that. So as you can see from the page that we put together and the booklet that you hopefully have received, our marketing plan is built on this theme of See Me. And I want us to take a look at these graphics for just a moment because I think they do a really good job at helping to express what we're trying to accomplish here. What we want people to walk away from with this Giving Day is a more spiritual, much bigger, deeper message about the work that you're doing, that this transcends their donation. This is something even bigger than that. We are doing something very significant for the world by changing the way people perceive individuals who have special needs. That's very, very important. It's actually some of the biggest feedback we receive from a lot of organizations in this arena was that there is a big challenge with the average person understanding, and interacting with people who do have special needs. So we really wanted to create a campaign that shifted that focus, right? So instead of seeing someone, that they may pity or feel bad for, or seeing disability, we want them to see triumph, right? We want them to see what people are able to accomplish, the power of the human spirit, the power of perseverance. And we want to showcase that through the amazing people that you guys are servicing every day. We want people to see the strength that these individuals have, and not just so that they can change their perception of these individuals, but also so they can change their perceptions of even how they see themselves and see the world. What can we do to inspire people to change their worldview? So See Me is really about changing that visual, right? It's about shifting everyone's mindset and saying, let's focus on the things that really matter. Like, let's focus on the individual. Let's look past any disability and look at what these people are accomplishing every single day, and have that impact us. And the idea here is not only is it going to shift that perspective, but it's going to inspire people to want to become closer to the organization, right? Because this isn't just a campaign to bring in some money. That's very important. Of course, everybody needs it. We need it to operate. But we really want to make people feel more connected to the organization itself. So thinking about ways that we can showcase that, and this is something, again, that you can talk with your manager about, but starting to think about some of the people in your organization that you can spotlight through this campaign who are going to be really great voices and advocates for what it is that we're trying to present to the world at large here. And actually, Yehuda, are you on right now? You just give me 1 second. I don't know if you can hear me.
Could you hear me? I'm right here. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So Yehuda, most of you have probably spoken with, who's also helping with this and worked a lot on this theme. I don't know if there's something that you'd like to add here, kind of like present what I'm trying to say.
You touched on it. I just feel that people that don't have, they don't know anyone with special needs, it's not in their immediate family, they could resonate with all these feelings. They understand triumph. Like the struggles that a person with special needs goes through, or their families go through, is very distant to them. But they understand triumph, and they understand strength and perseverance and all these feelings and emotions, and they could learn from how these children deal with it, and that is something that resonates.
Yeah, absolutely. So part of, as I talked about a little bit ago, of the things that you're going to be receiving, you're going to get access to the graphics that you see here. So you're going to be able to, all of these different images and these different, traits, if you will, that we're highlighting, right? You can see here on the screen: strength, triumph, love, spirit, joy. We are going to give you the ability to customize that for your organization. So you'll be able to use your photos. You can use these, or you can do something a little bit different. So if there are other words that you think are really relevant to your organization that you want to highlight here, you'll also be able to incorporate that. So our graphic designers are going to are going to take this theme and essentially apply it to your organization so that you can fully embrace what it is you're seeing here. So you'll be able to do all of the emails and the social media, and then there's all kinds of additional stuff. I mean, even in this mock-up here, we got billboards and bus stop ads and all of that. So there's lots here you could do. If you want to put up some pull-up banners around campus, different posters and so on. We can certainly talk about that more during our marketing conversations. But any feedback, any thoughts anybody wants to add here, or any questions? Because at this point, I think what I'm going to do, unless Yehuda, I've missed anything, I think I'll go ahead and turn it over for just some general Q&A. I feel like I hate talking at everybody. I hope everyone feels excited. I don't want to just call on anybody, but if anybody has any thoughts they want to share, if you have any questions, this is really a good time to ask.
Hi. So it's a one day. It's May 15. Everyone's campaign is going to be on the same day.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, you really did cover pretty much everything. That's the only reason why we don't have questions. And personally, I think I'll speak to Yehuda and I'll get to ask him.
Go ahead. No, ask anything.
I'm just thinking right now, you pretty much covered all the topic, everything I needed to know. I personally have never done a campaign before, although the school has been, this year is the 20th year for Shema Kolenu. And we provide services here. Our classes are ages 2 to 11. Plus, we provide services to over 1,000 children just in New York alone. So yeah, I'm gonna just try to get together a few questions, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, perfect. Yep.
Does anybody else have questions, or just any general feedback or anything you think that we should know? This is the time. No? Okay. All right. Well, I won't force it then. I'm sure that as we move along, there will certainly be a lot of questions. But we would just really want to make sure. My goal here is, as the project manager for the entire Giving Day, is just to make sure that everything stays on track and that all of your needs are met. So while you will have a campaign manager working with you on the day-to-day, if you find at any point in time that you're running into any challenges, even like trying to get matchers or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will be communicating and helping to facilitate our webinars and so on. At the end of the day, we really want to make sure everybody is comfortable and confident. It's really your passion that's going to drive the success of this giving day. It's the most important ingredient. It's what people are going to feel, they're going to pick up on. So if you are out there and you're passionate, especially when we're talking about getting your staff involved and getting them excited, if you bring that passion to them, they're going to feel it and they're going to reciprocate, and it's going to help the giving day be very successful. So we will be following up then with those additional supplements we talked about. First step, as I mentioned, for all of you, unless you've already done it, is going to be to go ahead and start with that goal setting. So you'll receive a vetting, and we'll talk about getting that goal prepared for your organization and laying out that roadmap, giving you your campaign manager, and going from there. And I will also send out that schedule for the webinars. If you feel on the webinar schedule that it conflicts with some of your availability, and there's not a lot of webinars, so we really do encourage you to try and make them all. Please think about having somebody from your staff attend if you can't. It's really good to have a presence from everybody at these things. They are very helpful. You're going to get a lot of really good information from them, and it's going to help so you're not asking questions later about stuff that we could answer during these webinars. But let me know, and of course they'll always be recorded. So I want to thank everybody for being here today. I really do appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.